friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Juli and I'm a fantasy artist and oil painter. This is another studio vlog. Today is the 20th of April. Happy Easter. And this week I kind of need to get my life together again because, as you might know if you watched my last video, I was in Austria for a week to paint and to just have a nice relaxing time. And even though the week was very nice, very wonderful, do you know the feeling when you need a vacation from the vacation? Because I'm definitely feeling it, and I'm just doing some smaller steps that I need to do because I'm building a website and I want to launch my online shop again soon. In the past I used Etsy for my online shop, but in the future I want to do it on a more professional level with an own website, and I'm very excited to work on some small stuff for the website and also for future products. I want to, of course, make prints and stickers, but I'm also thinking about other stuff, but I don't want to spoil too much. Yeah, I'm very excited to work on some of that this week. But in general, just take it slow and not pressure myself too much and just do some exciting, feel-good tasks to get the whole thing rolling again. I feel like I have a weird sense of productivity because this week my focus is more on small things that I do on my iPad or on the computer, and I kind of feel pressured to put out a painting every week to not bore you, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, these small steps are also necessary parts of building an art business, and the time that I spend not painting working on my business is also productivity. I need to get that in my head because for some reason painting equals productivity, everything else isn't. I'm working on it. I'm slowly getting there one day. My main focus this week was making stickers, cutouts and templates that I could use on my website and for products in my online shop. I started with taking an already existing painting that I did in my week in Austria and cutting out the main motif to make a sticker out of it. I love to look into what I've already painted and then try to repurpose my designs for different projects. I'm using the app Procreate for basically all of my design work. I use it for making templates, thumbnails, print stickers, everything. I think it's very easy to use and very user-friendly, and I've been using it for years and years and years and I've never had a problem with it. Not only did I cut out the main design, I also did some color corrections in places where some of the background of the original painting would overlap with the main motif, like for example the individual blades of grass. Here you can see the before and after of my cleanup work. Then I went in and cut out the frog of one of my most recent oil paintings. You can also watch the video of making this painting here on my channel. This one was a little bit more challenging because I had to erase the hands of the character and mimic the texture and pattern of the pillow that the frog is sitting on. But thanks to the color picking tool, I could just choose the exact colors of the original painting and finish my sticker. I decided to add my online handle to my stickers, which is something I haven't done in the past, but I decided to go with it in the future because it's something that I picked up from my time in the tattoo studio. I saw lots of my tattoo colleagues put their watermarks on the stickers, and it's such a smart idea because if you collect lots and lots of stickers and you have no idea which sticker belongs to which artist, you can just check the handle and immediately see who made it. Also, if you see my stickers out in the wild and you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, I wonder where I can get this, you can just check my handle and go to my website. The next day I decided to print out some of my old flash pieces that I didn't get to tattoo in my tattoo career. If you don't know, I used to be a tattoo artist, but I had to stop because of medical and mental health reasons, but I still wanted to properly use these designs in some way, shape or form because they're just too cool to not incorporate somewhere. So I decided to print them out, turn them into small acrylic paintings and then turn them into stickers, templates, etc. etc. This week I decided to start with the fairy snail on the mushroom and the rat bard. I made these paintings with acrylic paint because it dries faster, the colors are vibrant, and it's just easier to work with for quick little designs like this than if I had done it with oil paint, for example. In oil paint, this would take like a week for one painting because of all the different layers, glazes and details that are iconic for my art style. I know I call myself an oil painter, but from time to time I have to go back to different mediums because painting in one medium all of the time can get boring, and I love working with other mediums. It's just that oil paint is my favorite medium and the medium that I'm specialized in, but I still love working with watercolor, acrylic, gouache, all kinds of paints basically. Building an art business from the ground up is very challenging, and doing small things like this helps me to get some sense of control over the bigger picture. Because my art business depends on my work, my paintings, the effort and love that I put in, and the more time I spend on actively doing stuff for my business, I feel like I'm getting closer to my goals. By the way, can we talk about this stunning, vibrant pink color that I used for the background? Because the contrast of the main motif and the background is giving me everything. I love color contrast. I love contrast in general, but I think color contrast is one of my favorite types of contrast. I did the majority of the rat painting off camera because I just wanted to get stuff done and not worry too much about moving the camera around. So I just did it without you. I'm sorry. But it turned out so cool. I'm so in love with this little fella and I can't wait to show you the final painting. By the way, I will show you the full final paintings as well as close-ups at the end of this video. So keep watching if you want to see this little fella in all its glory. Something I noticed in the painting shots of the fairy snail is how horrible my nails look. Maybe I should have done my nails before this video, but I guess this is a learning that I'm taking because now that I'm making painting videos, I'm showing my hands a lot and I want them to look clean and tidy. Quick side note, I just have to talk about how incredibly happy and grateful I am for this room, to be making art in this room, to be living here, because this is such a milestone. This is my dream art studio. I'm just so, I can't believe that I get to create art in this room. And Yeah, I just wanted to talk about how this is kind of a manifestation for me that dreams can become true. Because we moved here last year with the money I made from tattooing. And moving apartments, having my own designated art studio space is such a huge milestone in my career because I've wanted this for so many years. Basically, ever since I decided I wanted to become an artist, I wanted my own designated studio space. And now, I don't know, 15, 20 years later, I can finally say that I have an art studio in my home. And I could cry, honestly, when I talk about this, because this is one of my biggest dreams. And every day I'm in here, every day I'm creating here, I'm just in disbelief. I can't believe this is my room. And yeah, my heart goes out to all of you that are still looking for the perfect space, who also wish to maybe have their own art studio or just live in a place that feels safe and like a home. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope and pray that everyone watching this is either in their safe space or will find their safe space really soon. Look at my paintings! I'm so in love with them. I can't wait to turn them into stickers and prints, and I'm so excited for everything that's coming next. I will spend the rest of the evening editing, and tomorrow I want to take some proper pictures of these and make some new social media templates. This vlog still feels a little bit weird because this is the first time that I'm not exclusively showing painting process, but also going more behind the scenes of my whole social media digital work process. And I don't know, I just hope it's not boring, because I don't know, I feel like seeing me paint is more interesting than seeing me edit stuff or make stickers and templates, right? So yeah, you can let me know in the comments if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, because I'm learning and I'm feeling a little bit insecure. So yeah, please tell me if this content is okay for you, or if you prefer seeing more actual art process. Yeah. It's the next day, I'm not wearing makeup, and I'm in our living room. It's mostly my boyfriend's room, so it's a lot of black metal and goth stuff, but yeah, the reason I'm not filming with my fancy camera and I'm not in my room and wearing makeup and have my fancy setup is because I'm getting my period in 2 days, and I honestly don't feel that well. Yesterday, when I was recording the last clip, when I said that I would be editing the rest of the evening, as soon as I turned off the camera, I kind of had an existential crisis, because thoughts started creeping in along the lines of, why am I doing this? Is it even worth it? Does anyone even care about me, my art, my life? Like, why am I doing all of this? What am I doing with my life? And I've battled these thoughts a million times before. Like, it's nothing new to me. But sometimes, especially when I'm feeling very vulnerable, it really gets to me. And yesterday was one of those days where these thoughts really got to me, really got to my brain. And when I woke up this morning, I just felt such a strong sense of just continuing, out of spite almost, because the world is an absolute shithole at the moment. No matter where you look in terms of politics and crisis, the world isn't an easy place to navigate right now. And it's so easy to get caught up in those negative feelings and feel like giving up and let fear consume you. And that's exactly what we need to prevent. We need to be authentic. We need to show up for ourselves, for our community. We need to have strong voices that advocate for art and creativity. And I think in the end, being human and making art is what we have left, because humans have always created art and probably will always create art. And I think now, more than ever, we need art, we need artists, we need creativity, we need human artists who make human art with emotions. And that's why I'm gonna continue showing up even on days where I don't feel like it. Because this is part of the human experience. Not every day is perfect. And yeah, I try to be very real with you. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I don't want to play the role of the perfect artist who's never struggling, because that's just not true. And I hope that my videos can bring you some light and comfort in these challenging times, because making these videos definitely helps me to not lose my mind. So yeah, just a quick thought I had on the side. It's the same day. My biggest achievements today were that I showered, I did my hair and my nails, which is honestly incredible for a bad mental health day like this. I want to end this video on a positive note, because even though I'm having my low moments sometimes, my passion and my drive to create is so much stronger than me. Like, making art is the only thing that truly makes me happy. And no matter how devastated I might feel, I will always come back to making art. And I'm grateful to get to share my journey on here, and even my vulnerable moments, even the uncomfortable moments, because as I already said, this is what makes us human. And if anything I say or do changes your perspective in any positive way, then that's my sign to just keep creating. And that's also what I want to give you as a final conclusion to end this video. Just keep creating. The world wants to see your art. I want to see your art. Just keep creating. I still feel like this video is kind of all over the place, but I think that feeling mostly stems from the fact that this video is very different to what I usually did on my channel. This isn't a pure painting vlog. This isn't an art advice vlog. This is just what I do outside of doing my big project, like working on social media stuff, working on my website, making small paintings that I can turn into stickers and templates. That's what I do when I'm not working on big oil paintings. And I hope that's interesting to see for you. I hope you got something from this video. And showing myself barefaced, no makeup, having greasy hair this morning before I showered, it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, I'm very anxious to show myself like this. But this is the reality. That's me. This is how I look like. This is my face without makeup. And I'm not ashamed for how I look, because I can't change it anyways. Well, I could, but I don't want to. And doing small things like curling my hair or painting my nails is giving me some sense of control, because I can't change the way I look unless I perform surgery or some stuff like this, but I'm not interested in doing that. And there are lots of small things that I can do to kind of tweak my appearance, but in the end, I want to embrace how I look naturally. And I love how I look with makeup, but I also want to learn how to love myself without makeup. So this is also part of the journey. Making myself vulnerable is helping me accept myself more. So yeah,
Please don't be mean to me, it will hurt my feelings. Now all that's left to do is showing you the close-ups of the 2 little paintings that I did this week. I hope this video brought you some comfort, and I'm very excited to see you next week, because in next week's vlog I will spend lots of time in nature, make art in nature, and yeah, I can't wait. There are lots of amazing things we have planned and I'm so excited. But until then, I hope you have an amazing time. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and see you next time. Bye!